Greetings, pod fans! It's day 20 of Pod Vahida. Pod videos himself every day in April. And just because I don't think I've ever actually done it, it's time for Pod's top 5 animus of all time! Everything that I ever do has to have my name in it, otherwise my ego won't get its fix for the day. And that's not good. So yeah, over the past 2 years since I, really started watching anime, I've watched quite a few. Anime is the word for Japanese animation. It's not cartoons, and I will explain the reasons in the future. Well, I hope to explain the reasons in the future. So now I just kind of want to share my findings with you and be all like, I like these ones. Maybe if you want to watch things, you should watch these ones. Oh, but 1. I've obviously not watched all anime ever, and compared to some people, I haven't watched that many at all. And 2, Pokemon will not be in the list. Sorry. You see, I still think that the games are freaking awesome. I've read a bit of the manga and it was really cool, but I don't know, I just never found the time to go back to the start and watch the series from the beginning. So that won't be there, sorry. Oh, and just in case you don't know, my top 5 start at 1 and end at 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Let's start this up at number 1, Nichijou, which you can find spelled down there, just here. Boop. Okay, so Nichijou, roughly translated, is my ordinary life. And if this is someone's ordinary life, then what the hell? The whole series is based around 3 normal school kids doing, just living out their normal life. But the way that these things happen, and just the way that everything happens in this series is like, what? This is hilarious! What just happened? And then, what seems, well, at the start, it seems like a completely different story. You've got different characters just living out separate lives. And these characters are the 8-year-old professor who lives with an android that she built, and a cat that can speak because of a necktie that the professor built. This is an 8-year-old girl. This anime is absolutely hilarious, well, in my opinion. And if you don't believe me, just look up Nichijou. I'd recommend watching Nichijou, Principal and the Deer. Principal versus the Deer, something like that. It's, yeah. In the place that is number 2, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The 2011 one, which is both visually stunning and batshit insane. The first JoJo that you meet is a gentleman that lives in 1880s England. Yes, this is a Japanese show that is set in old England. And the subtitles that are put onto this series are possibly the greatest thing I have ever read. Because you're just watching and hearing a man speak Japanese. And under him, it says something along the lines of, "You galloped to save her, but were walloped instead." It is amazing. And also, yeah, just watch JoJo's. And now we're at the super awesome number 3, where we find Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I haven't actually watched the original, and I still have to finish this, but it's so good! The story is based around 2 brothers whose mother dies, and they decide, let's learn alchemy and try and bring her back to life. And they go off and do training for X amount of time and try it. But the whole deal with alchemy is its equivalent exchange, i.e., you can only get something if you give something. So they don't actually get their mother back, it's just kind of a lump of flesh that's like... But Edward, the older brother, loses his left leg, and Alphonse, his younger brother, loses his entire body. So then Ed, in his, one-legged state that's just bleeding, bonds Al's soul to a suit of armour, and for that he loses an arm. And then they just kind of vow that, they're going to do whatever it takes to get their bodies back. Well, yeah, just watch it. And now, at number 4, we come to something that I've kind of been working on for a while, if you get what I mean. It's One Piece. One Piece is about pirates, but more importantly it's about 17-year-old Monkey D. Luffy, who just decides to himself that he's going to go off and become the Pirate King. So he just, goes and finds these ridiculously strong and amazingly awesome people to be his crew, and they set off for the Grand Line. And the main complaint I seem to hear about One Piece is, "Oh, it's so long, I don't have time for that." But I'm currently on episode 289 out of about 600 at this stage, and I wouldn't dare ask for that time back. Because as the episodes go on, the fights become more insane, and the people become funnier, and it just gets better over time. And I'm not saying, it starts off bad or anything, I'm just saying it gets so much better. So if you, like me, have far too much time on your hand, then you should consider watching One Piece. It's quite good, I like it. Okay, so finally we're at the great number 5. So this is my most favoritist anime of all time, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann! And if you've ever seen me with this, then yeah, this is what it's from. And this is a plushie of the most manly man that has ever lived. Kamina! Okay, I know I said it for all of the other ones, but please, please, please watch Gurren Lagann. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, it'll make you scream out, "Oh yeah!" And then it'll make you cry again. It's just... There's only 27 episodes, and in those 27 episodes, it's... I don't know, they just hit the nail on the head and it's just perfect. So yeah, that was my top 5 animes. If you want to, you can let me know what your favourite animes are in the comments, and maybe I'll check some of them out, and then we can have chats, and then we can be like, woo, bam. So you shall see me tomorrow. Sloan.